Hi, I'm doing this video because I couldn't find anything myself when I needed to do this, and it's about changing pistons on a Kia or Hyundai engine. It could be the G3 LA or G4 LA, it's kind of the same. But let me show you how it's done in an easy way. Here I torn apart a G3 LA engine. It's used in Kia Picanto or Hyundai i10 and also some of the newer engines, but then it's a different cylinder head. The problem with this one was it was consuming oil and there was a ticking noise, especially when idling. And if you use the engine for braking as well, you'll hear it, this ticking noise. And this ticking noise comes from the piston. I'll say 99 out of 100 times. Here you can see one of the pistons I put up here, and I'll try to show you the problem that it has. It's kind of difficult to do, but I'll try. If you see here the piston ring in here, not piston pin I'm trying to say, there's a little bit of slack. I'll see if I can show it. It's not more, maybe half of a millimeter or something like that. It's pretty difficult. But that slack you see here is what is making that ticking noise while the piston is moving up and down in the cylinder. So what you need to do is remove the old one, and you can see it's all worn out. It should have a Teflon coating here on the side that's worn as well, and the piston rings here are soft and don't have the spring effect that it should have. The oil scraping rings in here, those are not working. They're filled with dirt and old oil. So I'll show you how it's done now. To remove this piston, then you need to break it. That's at least what I do, because the connecting rod is crimped to the piston pin inside. So these two parts are locked together. So I'll just use this bench wise, put it in here. Put a little force to it, you can hear it break. Then the first half of it was broken now, over on this side. Then I need to break the other side as well. Now part fell off. So I'll just break the other side. It's as easy as this. Then you have the piston now, and you have the connecting rod with the pin in. And actually, if you look very closely at this, let's see if I can get it to focus, then you can see the wear and tear on this. It won't focus. That did. You can see the top here where it's worn out, where the piston is turning on it, and that's where you have the slack. So now we need to take out the piston pin, and I only have the bench wise to do it. It's easier if you have a hydraulic press, but I'll show you how to do it here. What I have to remove it with is just some bigger nuts that fits very nicely on top of this. I'll start off with putting it in here, and then you need quite some force to do this, so it has to be a good bench wise you're using. One more knot to go, so we can press it all the way through. And then I have this homemade bolt that fits inside, so it can go inside the connecting rod. A little bit smaller diameter than the piston pin. Then try to line it all up. It's not that easy. I've done it before, quite some times now. When it's all lined up, here it is. Then just press it through. Yeah. Off with the nuts. And there you have the piston pin loose and also the connecting rod. Yes, that's how easy it is. I just realized maybe it wasn't explained enough, but what I was doing with the nut and how I pressed it out. What is important is that the nut, the size, or you can do a bushing if you can get somebody to do that, it has to support on the side of the connecting rod, and then this nut is the size inside that this piston pin fits inside. So whenever I put these two apart, together, it will support on the side of the connecting rod the right way, so I can just push it out. Yeah. Another thing, if you have the lower part of this connecting rod, if you have all 3 or 4, whatever you have, and you have by mistake placed them different places, you can always find out which is which, because they're paired, these two. They need to be the exact same. You can just read the numbers on the side here, and it will say the same numbers. On this it is 1757. I don't know if you can see it here, but some of the numbers are the same. So if these are the same numbers, then they're connected. And how should this be turned? It's when it's in. If you look down here, nothing here, but if you look on the other side, there's a bump down here. That bump is turned in the front end of the engine. It's the same way with the new piston. I'll show you that. Wherever there is a mark, it's always to the front end of the engine. Then you know how to turn these two when putting them together. Next thing is setting up the piston, and I'll show you that. Let me just show you why this happens, why this gets worn out. If you have the piston here, the one I broke off, then you can see in here there's this is where it's going to be lubricated, where the oil comes in and then should lubricate it. But these are connected to where the oil scraping rings are, and the oil scraping rings in this case, and in most cases, if you don't change your oil with the right interval, they will clog up with old oil contamination in here. And I'll see and remove these oil scraping rings. Should be fairly easy. Then you probably can't see it, but where this is, there's a channel in here that should lubricate. All the oil that's scraped off by these rings should go, some of it should go in and lubricate, but it's completely clogged up, the hole, so no oil will get in there, and that's why the piston is worn out. So remember to change your oil regularly. Again, I'll use my bench vise, and this is just to support the piston, the new piston. I made this wooden plate. You can do whatever you want, but the general idea of this is to support the piston, so I have my hands free. I have here a new piston, looking very nice, right? What I need to do, and I promised you to show you that it has an indent here. You see that? That tells it needs to be turned to the front. So this side needs to go the same side as you see the nut down there. If they're turned the same way, then they're assembled correctly. And it's not, it's because you don't have the same grooves in the piston up here. So if you turn it incorrectly, then you can risk of having the valves hitting the piston. So don't do that. Up here, now I'll put my piston, and I always do so the mark is outside. Then I know how it is done. And the reason for me putting it up here is because when I need to put in the new piston pin, then it needs to have a stop. I just put in something behind it up here, a nut, so the piston will stop. It needs to stop at the end here, so it won't stick out while I'm pushing it through. It has to be flush with here, so that's why I put it up. Put something behind so the piston pin will be stopped. It could be anything you put there, but now it's ready up here for me to take the connecting rod in and put a piston pin in. That will come now. So here now comes the fun part. Right now what I have here is a bag of peas, and inside I have the piston pins. They have been in the freezer overnight, so they're nice and cold, and kept cold inside this bag of peas. What I want to do is to heat up the connecting rod and have the piston pin cool. In that way I can just slide the piston pin in. To heat it up, I'm just using this gas burner bought in Biltema, really cheap and easy to use, and you can use any blowtorch or anything you have, but this one makes sure that I don't heat it up too much, because if you heat this up too much, the hardening that's in this will go away. So if you heat it up that much, it glows red, then you've done too much. Don't do that. But I'll show you how much I do it. If it's the right way or not, I don't know, but it's working. Then I need some oil as well. I'll just give the piston pin some oil before sliding it in. That's just regular motor oil I'm using. So now, let's get started. Fire this up, and then I'll heat. I'll show this in real time. Maybe I'll speed it up a little bit. So heat it. And I'll heat it the most at the bottom of this ring, because that's where we have the most material. It'll take some time to do this, as there's not much energy in this flame, but then it's done in a controlled way. Just turn it, heat the next side, turn it once again, keep on heating. Now it's starting to get hot. Go up on the side of the ring, heat that. Start see smoke coming from it, so it's being nice and warm. The other sides. Then inside, you can see what I'm doing. Turn it once again, keep on heating. Now, put it up here so it will get some heat in the top. While I'm doing that, take out that nice cold piston pin, put some oil on it, distribute the oil. It's nice and cold. And now, let's hope this works out. Now it's warm. Now we have a window of only a few seconds. Remember to turn the connecting rod the correct way, in with the piston pin, through, see it went through. Now I'm holding it in place, and there it was. Now it's connected. These two are crimped together now and ready to go in. New and fine. It's that simple, but you only have just a few seconds to do that move with getting the piston pin in while it's hot, because when they touch each other it will become the same temperature very quickly. By the way, the pistons that I use, as I said in the beginning, it doesn't matter if you're working on a G4 LA motor or G3 LA. The 3 and 4 stands for how many cylinders there is. It's exactly the same piston that I'm using. I had a hard time finding pistons for the 3-cylindered engine. Wherever I looked, there was no piston for it. But pulling one apart and looking at the number on top of it, then I realized it was the same as the 4-cylinder, and you can easily find a set of 4 pistons for a 4-cylinder engine. Buy that, they're fairly cheap. Here in Europe you can buy it in Autodoc. In Germany it's around 500 kroners each. You can also, if you want to try that, you can buy it on AliExpress, even cheaper, but I wouldn't guarantee the quality then. But then again, of course, if you buy 4 pistons, then you have one spare if you mess it up with getting it in, the piston pin. Or if you do like I do, I do quite a lot of these engines, then I buy 3 sets, and then I have for 4 engines 3-cylindered. Yeah, that was just a bonus info. So now 3 new pistons mounted and ready to go into the engine block here. Normally when I change the pistons, I also change the connecting rod bearings. You can probably see here it has some marks inside of it. So don't miss out on that. They're pretty cheap as well. Most parts for these engines are really cheap. So new pistons, new connecting rod bearings, and also inside the cylinder head, the gaskets that go on the side of the valve. I can't remember the names of them, but you know what I'm talking about. In Danish it's called paraplyer, umbrellas, to make sure that they scrape off the oil. So when you change these three parts, and of course you need to put on the new chain set as well. I have it over here. Luckily this was an engine I bought. Somebody has changed it, but there was a new chain set on it already. So I don't have to exchange that one. But otherwise, do a new chain set as well. And then there's just a lot of cleaning to do. And reassemble. And then it sounds really nice when it's done properly. Such an engine. Even though it's a 3-cylinder engine, it runs very smoothly. I'll probably put in some videos before and after on one I did renovation of. Hope you enjoyed it and learned something. And now you can just do your own engine. It's really not that rare. It turns out bad for these engines. It's between 2011 and 2014. These models have the same problem with where this oil channel clogs up in the piston. The models that come after that has an enhanced oil channel in the bottom of the cylinder, down on top of the crankshaft, where it sprays up oil inside the cylinder, the pistons, so it won't have the same problem. Okay, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy.